scary. You don't even know if you're good enough, if you're going to be able to compete, if the team is going to like you, and you just got to jump in and do it. And I can
Yes.
only imagine the character that built in you. Is that what, would you agree?
There were women from all over the United States, Nebraska, Texas, California coming to the school, and I just had a feeling I wasn't going to be good enough. And I mean, we all pretty much gelled, and those that didn't maybe didn't last all year
Yeah.
or 2 years. So, um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I was really selling myself short.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that. So so welcome everybody to our meeting. Welcome to our Monday night, August 24th kickoff of the last week of the month. And Betsy was just saying, I asked about a time that you didn't feel ready as we were just mingling before a meeting, that you didn't feel ready or equipped or sure, and you did something anyway. And she said going off to play college basketball. And you probably heard the end of what she said, that last sentence, I was selling myself short. I think we all do that so much out of humility, out of fear, out of whatever. And for me, it was always God, like, this is where I have you. Whenever I would start relying on me too much. But I remember that as well, Betsy. I played college softball, and my dad believed up here for me, and I believed down here. And in hindsight, I wish I would have had more of his belief. And so I'm saying this to all of us. Take our belief. All of us. We believe in each other. The directors, we believe because we've done it. We believe in all of you so much. If I could take a magic wand and do anything whatsoever to make all of us be more successful, myself included, it would be boop, you believe. You believe that it's possible. What if we just did that this last 7, 8 days? We just acted as if we believed it was going to happen. I'm going to double dog dare you. Allison's got her Mary Kay mug. That's believing. Absolutely. My new director song was Choose to Believe. It's a Christian song. It says just choose to believe. So I'm going to pray that over all of you. God, let them see who you've created them to be. Give them your eyes. Let them walk in your spirit, all of us, to do your glory, to do your will and for your glory. Okay, now done preaching. So, welcome to Mary Kay! Yay! You guys, I'm very excited about this last week because I feel like my first August has been a little sluggish. Can anyone relate to that? Okay, so now we have belief. We have belief that anything is possible, right? We are in a business of believing. We're in a business of dreams. We are not in reality. Mary Kay Ash had a sign hanging in her office that said, around here, we don't expect miracles, we rely on them. We have to walk in the belief zone. So, that being said, what if this is your best week ever? What if miracles are coming? So, we're going to celebrate the top three. I have some announcements, there's not too many. And then Jana's going to do some training for us. So, starting with the announcement, Star Consultant, we have 1 month left, September 15th. I personally think this is the most important quarter of the year because if you get a win, that belief grows a little bit that you could be a 4 quarter star. And I could tell you story upon story. I had a team member one time, she had to sell $1,000 to finish a star, and she had to literally sell it. And she had an A, B, C, D list, and A, B, and C didn't work, but in doing them, some other things came up. So, star consultant, it's so, so possible. You can do everything wrong and you can believe, and things will happen. And you can have a negative attitude of non belief, and there's no way it will happen, no matter how much activity. So pretend like you believe. That's what Carly always told me, my mentor, pretend like you believe. Star consultant, there's a gazillion ways to sell enough product. And why would you want to be a star besides the accolades? You get awesome prizes, you get website referrals, you get the chance to win to become a 4 quarter star. Mostly, you get confidence, get that little shift of belief. The second announcement is new products. Now, you can't order them yet, but many of you saw them at seminar. They're for this fall. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a reason to get together. So sell my personal, I need to sell a lot. I don't need to. I get to. It's a changing in terminology. I get to sell a lot this week so that I can restock my store and get the new fall products. And you all can't order them till next month, but we can order them now. But you can sell this month. I would focus on skincare now and then book them for their fall makeover the next in 2 weeks with those new products that we have. It's going to be so fun. And the my third announcement, I'm sure you read it on In Touch or your director has shared, and we shared last week, but the company has a new brand campaign coming out this fall, and they are talking like it is going to be big, really, really big. And I think I shared this last week in my class. Jessica Bear popped in, who is Mary Kay's granddaughter, and she was talking about how the company, our company is family-owned business, and the company is all behind us. The family has a family seminar and they are so behind this brand new brand campaign and they are so excited. And so several years ago when we were having Mary Kay was paying for advertising, they were teaching us to warm the market. That's a marketing strategy. When you know that a new product is coming out, they start getting it out there. Like we had a Papa Murphy's pizza place open up 20 years ago, and the owner was giving coupons to everybody. He was giving free tastes of pizza. He was reaching out to people. He was, in the parade, he was letting people know about it before it even opened. Well, I believe we got to get our name out there, let our family know, our friends know, our My Shop on our social media. We got to get into action so that when this new big brand campaign hits this fall, when they see it, they think, oh yeah, Carolyn, doesn't Carolyn sell Mary Kay? Oh wait, I think Emily Trollinger, so that's what my focus is right now. Lots of faces, but also getting my name on social media a little bit and getting excited. And then the last announcement I have is fall retreat. All of us go to different fall retreats or fall events, but talk to your director because this is such a great event that just will fire you up. I was talking to my in-laws today because my niece signed up, Cameron, she's been on here, and I said the key is to get someone to an event where they see a bigger vision than what they've seen. And that is where my belief grew at an event. So go to your fall retreat. Okay, time for recognition. But Jana, did I miss anything? Anything you want to add?
Oh, no, I
Okay.
think that the same thing, Susie. I got this impression that there's something really big coming this fall from the company. And so what I'm thinking is, what if we positioned ourselves to have 8 parties on our books by Mary Kay's anniversary on September the 13th? And what if we held 5 parties between now and the 13th of September? Whatever they are going to launch, you are going to be ahead of the curve. You are going to be positioned in such a sweet spot that everyone is going to be gravitating towards you. You're going to benefit the most from whatever they've got coming. So let's get ourselves in the sweet spot. So let's book 8 to hold 5, friends.
I love that. I love that. And if you can't believe that you have 8 people to book, book one. And
Mhm.
from that, get another booking. And all of a sudden, your belief is going to go up, and I bet you'll get 2 more. That's how it works for me. Don't overthink it. Just get into action. How great would that feel to have 5 parties done? Okay. Our recognition, we have $3,000 hitters this month, this week. It's so exciting. And I am the one who's going to do the drawing for the door prize, but I forgot. So while Jan is teaching, I'll get that ready. So you guys, this was so close and I'm so excited. And they all had a common theme. All of our high sales, they all held facials or double facials or parties. And there's so many ways to sell this product, but that is going to give you your biggest bang for your buck. So number three, she had 1,064 points. Woohoo! She had a double facial. She had 360 in sales. She had a career chat, and she got a booking. Is Betsy Lee? Yay, Betsy! So Betsy, come on here if you can, camera or not, and would you share one thing that you did that made you feel powerful and raised your belief in your success this week?
Um, I talked to my director and told her I was going to Texas and that I wanted to have it be a paid for it by Mary Kay. I was going for a baby shower, and so I messaged all of my family there. Hey, I'm coming that way. Is there any Mary Kay I can bring for you? And I sold that way. I also did facials while I was down there, and I just kind of like brought it into pass. Like she, of course, always like igniting me to do more, do more, do more. She's always great at that. But um, yeah,
I love that. I heard you say, I wanted to have my trip paid for by Mary Kay. Amen, sister. That's the key. We have to have a reason or we talk ourselves out of it. That is so smart. And I heard this quote when I was in DIQ. It said, have you talked yourself into being satisfied? And it hit me. I was in DIQ and I was struggling. And I was like, I don't really need this. And when I read that quote, I had to reshift. Why do I need this? What can Mary Kay bring to me? So, Betsy, that's so awesome. It can pay for anything we want it to. It can. We just have to want it bad enough. I'm so excited for you. 1,064 points. Give Betsy a big round of applause. Woo! My pom poms, I don't have them, but yay! Okay, number two with 1,122 points, a double facial with $604 in sales, a booking. She got I'm gonna let her share, but from the Moeller unit, Teresa Shepherd. Woohoo! So, Teresa, would you share what made you shift and how you felt like what's one thing, kind of like I asked Betsy, that increased your belief and made you feel powerful?
The big shift for me was when you sent that Heather Daniels Kent. It was like a whole new world opened up. This service, the skin coaching, it made me switch from sales to service, and that was huge. Which is what got me my booking. It's like with it's what got the booking from the booking and the additional sales from somebody that already bought, because I believed I was serving them and I could serve them and we could do the plan together, and that just flipped a completely different switch for me.
I am so excited. And of course, I know Teresa well because she's on my team. And if you are like her and me sometimes and you feel bad or guilty or awkward asking people, like you feel like in Mary Kay, you're asking people to do something for you rather than serving them. We listened to a message from Heather, and she just did a great analogy of thinking that you're a skin coach and you're helping them. And I knew Teresa loves this product. She loves people. There was like a missing link where she felt like she was taking instead of giving. And I'm telling you what, she listened to that thing. She got her booking. She messaged me the next day. I'm like, girl, she is on fire because that is her heart. And that's most of our hearts. So yay, Teresa. And if you guys want that recording, we can get it. I know Jana has it. It's really just a mind shift. It's just a mind shift. And many of you might have it already. And if those of you that struggle with that you're asking, then it might be good to listen to. You don't have to do the thing exact the way Heather does, but the mind shift of service. So good. And our queen with 1,310 points. She had a party, a booking, a career chat. $496 in sales. Number one, our queen, Emily, from the Jana Strunk unit, Emily Tronger. Yay! Okay, so Emily, I always love hearing you talk. So, what is one thing that she is on, isn't she? I thought I saw her.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
here.
there
I'm
you
just
are.
kind of
Okay,
sneaking
I'm
away at
like,
work.
that's okay. That's okay. I was just looking for your name. Like, I thought I saw a cute picture. What is one thing that you did, same thing, that made you feel powerful, raised your belief, that you felt like contributed to your week?
Well, really it was more taking an opportunity for a great venue that set like a minimum RSVP on me. So I found a really cute tasting room at this winery, and I said, "Hey, how much would it cost me to host a Mary Kay party here?" And the owners said, "Nothing. Just get 12 girls here, and we'll give you like a wine voucher for when everybody's done." So I had that drive to at least get 12 RSVPs. So, and I had been in a rut, so it really helped me to be motivated to get a large group party together. And of course, having Jana by my side was tremendously helpful because I had been feeling a little insecure because I hadn't done a large party in a while. So I kind of had the pressure to accomplish it. And I had a cancellation that morning and one no show. So we had 10 out of 12 show up, which made me feel pretty good. And I just love what was said earlier about the go from sales to service, because, sitting and closing with them all was more about, how I can help them and what I can, improve in their skin. And yeah,
Absolutely.
I had to get over that hump of not having parties. So
So, okay, I just heard two fantastic things from our queen, or I heard one thing and I'm observing one thing. One is she had to get over hump. Everybody goes through humps. Everybody goes through ruts. You guys, we all do it. Even the directors that have been in Mary Kay 20 years, but she didn't fall in the lump and stay in it and cover her head with the dirt. She did something. She recognized where she was at. So when that happens, it's this cycle of Mary Kay just reaching up. She reached up to Jana. But what I also love, and I've heard you do before, I feel like maybe one of your strengths is taking advantage of opportunity quick. Like when you were at the OBGYN and you asked them for a facial, or when you had this, like you put yourself in a position where you can't back out. And for an overthinker like me, that's such a great thing to do. Like, okay, I got this venue now. I gotta get some people. Like, so that is so fun. Action kills fear. Jana said she backs on it. Action kills fear for sure. So we are so proud of all you guys. Thank you all for turning in your list. You all, everybody is moving forward. So remember, this is our magical week. If we really believed in ourselves, what was Betsy's thing? What did Betsy say right when we were getting on? Um, shoot, was about, was more
Don't
like,
sell yourself short.
yes, thank you, Sierra. Don't sell yourself short. All of you, if you could look at yourself as if you were out of yourself. Like sometimes we're so hard on ourselves. Talk to yourself like you would your best friend if you watched her doing what you're doing, and don't sell yourself short. And we're going to hear from Jana now with our training, and I'm going to get ready for our drawing. So take it away, Jana.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Great job, ladies. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Wow, how inspirational. And Teresa, that comment. Oh, from sales to service. Yes, yes, and yes, and some more of that. So I love that so much. I was just telling someone today that at one point in my business, I asked God, I'm like, if you want me to be here and if you want me to make a difference here, like if this is where you would have me, why? I want to know why. I want to know why what I do, why is it so valuable? Because I wasn't valuing my business. And within 24 hours, God put on my heart very clearly, you are a change agent in the lives of others. You are not a transactional agent. And by the way, it was like it was really clear. And so like a transactional agent might be somebody that sells something to someone and you have a good life. We have an opportunity to impact the lives of others. We build relationships. We pour into people. We can pray with people. We are not here to be here today and gone tomorrow. We are here to live a life with people. We're connected. And so don't ever doubt the value of what you do. And when you sell yourself short early and you're like, oh, I'm scared to contact that person, guess what, boo? Maybe it's not about you. I heard that from someone from Carla Reno's stage speech. She said, guess what, boo? Maybe it's not about you. Or she said, maybe it's not about you, boo. And I'm like, ooh, that just stepped on my toes. So anyway, so I want you to take that into your heart, and everything that Teresa said. Thank you for inspiring that, Teresa, because it's the truth. We are here to serve. And when you get that service mindset at heart, you will look at this business so differently. Okay, so we're going to talk about recruiting tonight. And so before we dive in to some of my thoughts and my top 5 things that I want to talk to you about recruiting tonight, I want to talk about where you're going to find the people, because we talk about recruiting and building our teams, but this is the thing. I don't for a minute want you to get off of the call tonight and just think, I'm going to go recruit my neighbor Suzie. I mean, Suzie's amazing. I want to recruit her. I think she should join Mary Kay. And then you just go word vomit a bunch of things about why you love Mary Kay to your neighbor Suzie. But I want you to ask yourself something. Is Suzie using Mary Kay? Has Suzie ever used Mary Kay? Has she ever tried it on her face? Because people are not going to join a business like, let's just say, if I have never used any food from Dillon's and someone asked me to be an investor, why would I join that team? Does that make sense? So I really feel like there are some people that, you can recruit on the spot. For example, there are different for instances. Okay, so Jana Strunk. There was this girl named Jana one time. And so Jana would buy Mary Kay from her beauty consultant. But Jana would never get together for a facial. She was naughty and she was stubborn. And she said, and her consultant Debbie said, Jana, I would love to pamper you. Let's get together. And Jana would say, no, I'm good, Debbie. Thank you anyways. She'd say, I want to, but if Debbie would have said, Jana, I need your help. I have a goal to see 5 people this week. If she would have made it about herself, I would have said, absolutely, Debbie, I'm in. But I thought she wanted to pamper me. And you know what? We just don't have time for things like that. Am I right, ladies? So even though you don't want to ask people things, sometimes you have to make it about you. Okay? So I think that's key. By example, so Sierra and I just got off of a Zoom a little bit ago. We did a 3-way Zoom with one of her friends named Caitlin. And I told Caitlin, I sent Caitlin a text because I'd met Caitlin and then I realized they were friends. Anyway, so I said, Caitlin, Sierra's doing training as a new consultant to get some training about the business. Would you be willing to be on a 3-way call with us? And she said, absolutely. Now, if I would have said, Caitlin, I think you'd be a great candidate for this business, and I want to share the Mary Kay opportunity with you, she might not have got on. So don't be scared to ask for help, okay? Because we're taught when we're little girls, maybe you don't need help. Be independent. Be independent. Whatever. That's fine. Because you're independent, that doesn't mean that you cannot ask for help. Okay? Because in this business, it works out really, really well. So where do you find people that you want to offer the opportunity to? Well, they might be your customer that's already using Mary Kay. Maybe they won't do a party and that's okay, but they're using Mary Kay. Maybe you're going to find them at a skincare class, because guess what? When you're doing skincare classes and you recruit someone from a skincare class, it makes it really natural. Oh, I love that. Allison said they're help earning her weekly points. Good job. But when somebody recruits from a skincare class, it makes it really natural that they would think, oh, well, where do I work? How do I work a business? I do skincare classes. Hello. And so it makes that training and that transition very easy. How do I find new team members? At a skincare class. At a facial. You can find them at a facial. And so I just wanted to get that out there, because I have seen some people that are hesitant to recruit, and some people are like, I'm going to go recruit everybody. But let's just make sure that you have that layering process in place. Okay, let's talk about recruiting. So who has ever, I want to see your hands on this one, who has ever gotten together with someone and they tried the skincare products and you could see their confidence change in that time? Has that ever happened to any of you? Okay. So they're feeling confident. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel more confident? Okay. Imagine this. Imagine you were part of someone being able to take their family on trips. Would that make you feel excited? Would that make you feel like, oh, I feel like I'm serving the Lord. I feel like I'm serving people. I feel like I'm serving that woman's family. What if you helped her pay a mortgage? How would you feel about that? Would that be exciting? What about paying for her child to go to college? Would that be exciting? Yeah. What if you took stress off of her so she could spend time with family members that are maybe going through their final stages of life? Would that give you a great amount of gratification? So because someone could afford to take some time off to be with family. Well, guess what? Each of us on this call has that opportunity because we have the Mary Kay opportunity. We can give it away. We've got one of the most beautiful gifts that is right here, right now, and that is this business opportunity. It comes wrapped in a great pink bow, and it comes with beautiful friends. It comes with a Mary Kay team, a family, encouragers that surround you, a business coach that doesn't charge you. It comes with all of those things. You have that gift. Will you keep it like hidden, or will you go give it away? This business opportunity is unparalleled, and I am so grateful that my beauty consultant, Debbie, even though I would never do a facial with her, she kept telling me, Jana, I think you'd be great at doing what I do. Jana, I think you'd be great at doing what I do. And finally I said, Debbie, I don't even know what you do, but I don't have any time and I'm totally fine. I got enough friends. I'm pretty good on the money. And then she said, but I know you love a discount. And I'm like, okay, she hit me where she knew. And so yeah. So anyway, I'm so glad Debbie never gave up on me. And so please don't give up. Don't give up on the people that God has put in your heart. Now, we do not stalk people. It doesn't work like that. We're not stalkers. We are authentic, godly women. And by the way, I didn't intend to share this tonight, but I'm going to, because Dawn Otten Sweeney asked me to share with her. She was coaching me a couple of years ago, and she said, Jana, who are you looking for? Who are you and your unit looking for? I need you to maybe pray about that for a week and get back with me. And so I said, sure. And then I got back with her, and it's right here. I'm going to tell you. So this is something that I say at my parties. And by the way, anyone can use this. I say, you know what? I love what I do. And we're just a group of authentic, godly women. And we're looking for authentic, godly women that love to help people. Women that love growth and flexibility. Women that love being the boss and also part of a winning team. Women who are hungry, energy giving, confident collaborators that hate drama. Is that you? Or is that someone that you know? Because that's who we are looking for to work with in our Mary Kay business. So, number one, who are you looking for? That's it. You can say that at your parties. You can say that at your recruiting things. I like authentic, but you also have to act with authenticity. We're not just looking for authentic people. Authenticity, I think that should be my word this year, because it is just really focusing on being real. No switch and bait. You don't want to tell someone, oh yeah, I'll put that in the documents, Lori. You don't want to tell someone, hey, I'm doing training with my sales director. Can you just get on a call with us? Don't like be like kind of sneaky like that. You can say, hey, I have a goal to do 3 career sharing appointments this week. And for training, I'm doing them with my independent sales director. Would you mind hopping on with us? I know this is probably the last thing that you would ever do, and that's okay. But would you be willing to help me out? That's authentic. That's real. Another thing is giving authentic and real compliments. So when Emily and I got together, I probably said something like this: Emily, you know what? I want to share the Mary Kay opportunity with you. You might not ever do this, but if you did, I think you'd be amazing because you're independent. You are such an empowering individual. Like I can see that your friends, like they want to be around you because you lift others up and you are great at serving your girlfriends. And so I just think that this is what we do. We serve. And you know what? When I talked to Lori Parks, I said, Lori, you're amazing. And I love our visits. And you have a work ethic like no other. You're one bad mamma jamma. And so, you know what? You don't have to do this business, but if you ever did choose to do it, you'd be really good. Carolyn, you know what? This might be the last thing you would ever do, but you have the most gentle, kind, giving heart. And I know you have a heart for Mary Kay. If you ever did this, I think that you would be great at serving and helping others. So be authentic and look for the best in others. And I think that that's a good life lesson. You know what I mean? Not just in sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. Okay, so number 1 is who are you looking for and be authentic. Number 2, ask questions. Sometimes we get nervous and we get scared and we start talking about the only thing that we know, and that's like all about us. And so we start just like blah, 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 word vomiting about Mary Kay. That's not really what we're looking for, because when you're selling a product or whether you're selling the opportunity, you must find a need and fill it. Okay? Find a need and fill it. So if you don't just show up at a facial and say, today we're going to be doing the Time-Wise repair set. Hopefully you asked her questions. Tell me a little bit about your skin. You know, are you pretty normal, more oily, more dry? What would you change about your skin if you could change anything? Well, the same thing goes with sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. Tell me a little bit about you. What about your dreams? What does that look like in 5 years? What do you think you need more of? What would you like less of in your life? Ask questions. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And questions that means you care. That really does. People want to be heard, okay? And so definitely find a need and fill it. So let's just say through a conversation with someone, I found that they just needed something for themselves. Let's just say that they're financially wealthy. I'm not going to be like trying to tell them about the Mary Kay business opportunity, about how they can become, how they can really excel financially, because she's already fine financially. That's not what she's looking for. Maybe she needs girlfriends. Maybe she wants travel. Maybe she wants purpose, because this business has tons of purpose. Listen with both ears. Remember, God gave us 2 ears so we can listen twice as much as we talk. 1 mouth, 2 ears. Okay, next, let's see. At the end of when you're sharing the Mary Kay opportunity, and which, by the way, if you've never shared the opportunity with anyone before, watch your sales director do it a couple of times. And you can even bring her the people and she will do it with you. And then you can do it and have her assist you or have her observe. We're happy to do that. That number 3 is ask the big question. This is like popping the question. Can I ask you a question? If you were anybody on here married, what if your husband or boyfriend at the time would have just stammered around and said, "Yeah, we'd probably make a good life together. Yeah, you'd be fun to, spend some years with." You know, what if he never asked the big question, "Will you marry me?" Or what if, you're dating someone and they never asked you to really go out? You know what I mean? Like, "Yeah, you're really fun." Well, ask me out on a date, you fool. Okay, so when you've got to ask the big question. And the big question is, after you've shared the facts about Mary Kay, you want to ask them, is there any reason why you wouldn't give this a try? Any reason? Because guess what? That question gives them permission to say no, and it works out to your advantage. They can say, they'll think about it and say, "Well, let me think, is there any reason why?" "No, I don't think there is any reason." Say, "Great. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send you the agreement. Let's go ahead and get that completed right away." So I can't wait to see where this takes you. Give her hope. Hope is free, and many people don't have it. My 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 mortgage just went up $336 a month. If I didn't do what I do, and I couldn't increase what I do, what if I were working paycheck to paycheck? This business gives us hope. Never discount that. Number 4, 24-hour follow-up, non-negotiable. I have a book right here. So I keep a binder. This is a weird color. Not every binder, not any other binder in my office is this color. She gets her own special color because she's my recruiting binder. Okay? When I see her, like today, I was getting ready to get on a call and I'm like, whoop, there's my girl. And so easy to find, easy to access, and I keep these career talk surveys in there. Okay? I know I put this on there as well. This is on my whole recruiting landing page that I've got, so I'll give y'all access to that. But I have got everybody that my unit and I have done career talks with. If I was part of it for, I don't know, for a little while. Oop, that's 2023. There's 3 years. Oh, there's 2022. And so, I can always look back on these. I can always go back and I could always revisit. But if it's your prospect, your responsibility to check back in with her within 24 hours and say, "You know what? I'm really excited to visit with you. I want to know what you thought of everything we talked about." So try to get her on the phone if you can, and then ask, "What are your thoughts?" Some people have to sleep on it, and that's okay. But we should expect objections, and then you can go to work overcoming those. We'll talk about overcoming objections another time. That's also something that's on my recruiting landing page. But a 24-hour follow-up, again, they need to know that you really think that they would be somebody valuable to be on their team or be on your team. Number 5, layer her. If she says, "You know what, I've made a decision that this is not something right now that I would like to do." If she's somebody that you think, "You know what, I really do think she'd be great," and if God keeps putting this person on your heart, then by golly, you should be inviting her to other things for sure. So has she done a second appointment? Maybe you did skincare and color at the first appointment. Maybe the next time you're going to do a spa session with her. And then also make sure that she's a hostess, because then she can see how the business works. She can see you really serving her friends and family and taking their money. And then she can kind of maybe see herself in that position. Maybe you want to invite her to an event. Maybe you want to invite her to one of these meetings right here. Maybe you want to invite her to get on a three-way call and just hear a little bit more from your sales director. Whatever it is, that is called layering. Okay, so stay in contact with her and maybe ask if she says, this isn't something I can do right now just because I've got X, Y, and Z going on. You can say, after you've overcome objections and figured things out, you can say, you know what, Lori, may I have your permission to give you a call back in a couple of months? Because I want to see if anything has changed in your life at that point. I really do think you'd be great. Now, if she's just saying no just because she's unsure or it's her confidence, then that can be overcome, you guys. That's not a stumbling block. I'm leaving for Europe on a vacation for a month might be a stumbling block. But I don't know who would be my customers. That's not a stumbling block. That is you're going to learn that from your independent sales director during training. Okay? All right. All right, friends. What questions? Does anyone have any questions about anything that we talked about or comments? Allison?
I just want to make a quick comment to just affirm what you were saying there, because my recruiter, Felicia, when she first asked me, it was from an online party. I'd never met her in person for a friend. And she asked me at the time if I would do a three-way call. And I did to help my friend. But at that time, my mom was having a heart surgery. And so she said, well, can I reach out to you in a few months? And she did. And at the time, she only needed 2 people to earn her car. And I said, if you get one more person, then I will sign up. And so she got the other person. So I signed up. And I said, I'm not going to be gung ho. I'm not going to sell it. I'm just doing it to help you earn your car. And so that's what I thought. Obviously, that's not what God thought. So you just never know. So I just want to kind of encourage people on that.
I love that, Allison. And you know what? Dolores Vollenweider signed up to help someone become an independent sales director and said she wasn't going to do it. And then like a month later, she's like, I'm all in. I need a full inventory. I'm ready to rock and roll. So I love that. So ladies, that's proof positive. Don't hesitate in asking someone for help because you're earning your red jacket. You're going on target for your car. You know what? After that red jacket, when you have 8 people on your team and go into DIQ, did you know that you can start earning your car right then? Yeah. And everybody during your DIQ period that you recruit that is qualified, you get 600 points car credit towards your very first car. Did y'all know that? Juicy fun facts. That's why we show up on Monday nights. Great job, ladies. Okay, what else? Anyone else?
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you ever find it difficult to be authentic with people that are not, say, like-minded like you?
I don't think that I find it hard being authentic with like-minded people. What I'm looking at is I like to look at what their gifts are, because I know that I might appeal to a certain customer base and certain team base, but not everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And so, so those different personalities. So now like-minded, when I'm looking to work with people, I like to look for people that are reliable. They are a woman of their word. They show up and things like that. So yeah, if they're not, you know what I mean? It kind of depends on the qualities that you're talking about. Does that?
So one of the girls that I was discussing things with is a new graduate from Texas A&M, and she's big into partying and drinking and all the things. And I guess it was a little bit difficult to relate to her. Maybe 20 years ago I could have, but
Right?
I'm not in that phase of my life.
Right.
So,
well, there's always things, you know what? I was there. And so I was in that phase when I started my Mary Kay business. And so I probably wouldn't talk about that a lot. I would just talk about maybe the aspects of having positive girlfriends that you can really rely on. You know what I mean? So if she's in that zone, she might not have that arena. She might not have people that like I've grown in my faith since I started Mary Kay because I'm around really godly women that have my back. And so that might be not be something she's experiencing currently. It might be, but we don't know. And so, um, but yeah, I know there can be, challenges there. But if you have challenges like that pop up, talk to your independent sales director. She'll give you some ideas on what that looks like. So,
I just want to add to that. I agree 100%. And Betsy, you don't have to be who you're not. The first time that I was in Mary Kay, I thought I had to have it all going on and all perfect. And I stopped because I couldn't hold up what I thought I had to be. And this time around, I'm like, this is me. I am ready to grow, but this is me. I don't usually wear lipstick. I said that on Mary Kay. And so, like, regarding partying, you wouldn't have to say, I can relate to that. You might say, I really enjoy my business. I'm not going to give you words to say, but I want you to feel in your spirit, you have to be who you are, and God will put the people in your life. And she might be looking for someone like you. You don't know.
right.
My Mary Kay mentor was, I think, 20 years older than me. I wasn't looking for that, but she was one of the biggest blessings in my life because I needed that. I didn't know that. So I just wanted to add the freedom of really being authentically you.
I love that. And God might have you in her life for a reason, you know? Very good. Anyone else have questions? All right. Well, we were going to go into the breakout rooms. Do we have anyone going into the Great Start room? And well, we have Carolyn here. So, what do you think, Suzie? Like, because I think that Carolyn is the only one going into the Great Start room. So,
Is Carolyn a guest or
yeah,
Carolyn's new?
she's a
With
guest.
Carolyn, are you up for doing a role play so that you can be part of all their training? I don't know what your personality is. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Oh, here, hold on. We're going to ask you to unmute. There you go.
I guess I don't know what that entails.
This is what it would entail, and I want you to feel totally comfortable because you're Jana's guest. So we want you to feel welcome. We don't want you to feel like, cha-ching, the spotlight went on you, and now you're under the gun. What it would be, Jana and I do our business differently because we all do. So I would just do a little role play with you for the consultants on how to share the opportunity, and we would have to be done by 8 o'clock anyway. So I would say, tell me a little bit about yourself. And then I would give you 4 facts about Mary Kay, which you may already know from the company guide. And then I would ask you questions like, what surprised you? And you can be authentic or you can make up answers, but the consultants they hear how I get to be authentic and not salesy to you. And if you're like, thank you, but no thank you, then you and Jana can do that privately. We do not want you to feel uncomfortable. I just have never had this setting where then all these people will be listening, but you might be like, I don't care. So you tell us what's comfortable.
Oh, so I do it like right now and everybody be hearing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is it? And so it's me listening to you. You're showing what you do.
You and I just having a conversation, really. It's just a conversation.
I don't care.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Would you rather do it with just Jana? We want you to come back. We don't I was in church this Sunday and we invited a friend and the pastor had us get up and practice sharing our faith. And I was like, what? And the guy that came with us, I think he was about to walk out the door. So I don't
Oh my gosh. It's up to you, Carolyn. You can say yes or no.
I guess I'm still kind of unsure what we're doing, but I can do it.
Yeah, she can.
Okay.
All right.
Really casual. So pretend like I'm Jana, because obviously you two know each other. And I would say, whether it's at a party or you're a customer, I would just say, Carolyn, I love what I do, and I took a commitment to share this opportunity with women to give hope. I don't know if this is anything you'd ever consider in a million years, but may I share a couple facts about Mary Kay with you? So you
Sure.
just reply whatever you would say.
Sure.
Okay. So before I share the facts, do you mind telling me a little bit about yourself? Because I just met you. I know nothing about you. Like if you're the queen in England or if you are a stay-home mom, like tell me something about you.
Yeah, I was at home for a long time with our business. Got 3 kids and 6 grandkids, and I've used Mary Kay for a long time. My oldest sister actually sold it way back when I was in high school, and she'd have the little parties, the facials and stuff. And she was nervous, back then, but she ended up getting comfortable with it. And
Yeah,
so,
I
yeah, I
love
love Mary
that.
Kay. Yeah,
I love hearing that. Not everybody
Mm.
tells us I love Mary Kay, so I love your familiarity with the company. And you said you stayed home with your business. Did you guys have a business?
I worked for some years at first until the kids, we got our second child, and then we moved out to the farm. And I worked in Manhattan, so I commuted. So, and our
Okay.
business picked up. So I just started staying home with the kids and doing the paperwork for the business then
Okay.
years ago.
I love it. So you got to keep your priorities, your family, and your
Yeah.
working. I love that. And so I have 3 children and 7 grandchildren, ages 6 and under, which is why my hair is in a bun right now because today was chaos. So what are the ages like? What's your grandchild range?
The oldest is 13 and the youngest is 4.
Oh my gosh. So isn't it so fun? Is it like,
It
do you
is,
love
yeah.
it? I love it. It's my favorite thing. And it's crazy. So that just tells me a little about you. Thank you. And so when I share these 4 facts, I'm just going to tell you 4 things about Mary Kay. Quite honestly, you probably know them already. You have a lot of experience with Mary Kay. So, but this is the way for the consultants, Mary Kay has this little flyer and they did some research on what do women want to know if you have just a couple minutes to share some facts. So that's how I do it. And so, Carolyn, if you were looking for either a way to get your products at a discount, make a little extra money or whatever, here's 4 things. First of all, Mary Kay fits into your life. And our priorities are faith first, then our family, then our career, which is why I started when my kids were little so I could be home with them just like you with your family business. And it has served me all these years and now get to work it around the grandkids. We get to prioritize what we want in our business and how much or how little. We immediately, so this is a business where we sell skincare. Everybody washes their face. You love the product, so you have an advantage. But regardless, it's a product that's not going away with AI or technology because we all have skin and there's new baby girls. And we make 30 to 50% immediately when we sign up. Most women make 50%. And so it's a great small business that can grow into $1 million business, or you can keep it as a hobby based on what you want. The second fact is it helps you be who you want to be. And what I mean by that is I wanted to be a confident servant leader. I wanted to be able to give back. I wanted to be able to talk to women when I walked in the room. I wanted leadership. What fills my heart is helping consultants believe in themselves. That's why I started this meeting out. So it's an opportunity that lets you be who you are. My middle daughter is extremely introverted. She likes to do her business virtually behind the scenes. My recruiter got hives when she spoke in front of people, and she still earned a Cadillac. So we all have to grow, but it still allows us to be authentic, who God created us to be. Any questions so far? Those were the first 2. Any questions or comments?
So on yours, did you use it as kind of a side or was your
Yeah,
main?
so I started April Fool's Day. That was my sign. And my girls were 3, 5, and 7, and I had previously been in Mary Kay, and I'd gotten out because you heard my deal. So I went to a career breakfast and I saw women standing up speaking about making $100,000 and working from home around their kids. And that's what I wanted. But this was my belief, like this big. So I signed up for something for me that day, April Fool's Day. My husband was getting the head football job, and I needed something for me. I did. I was losing. I was becoming jealous of my husband because he had dreams. So I signed up for something for me, but this little hidden part of my heart wanted a career. I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe in the company or myself. And 7 months later, working 5 to 10 hours a week, I earned a car. And then I became a director and left my government job that I'd been in for 10 years since college. And so this has been my career for 25 years. And it has had ups and downs, but it has always served me and my family, from little kids to college kids to my dad dying of cancer, always getting to prioritize my family. And then, have diamonds, have trips. I didn't sign up for that. No way. But it's a blessing from working your business I did not get from the government. So did that answer it?
Yeah. And then my other question is, I don't remember like when my sister did it, but like you're talking about God and the faith, or did she, Mary Kay, do that, or did that
Yes.
come in?
Yes. Isn't that
And
awesome?
they allow that,
Yes. So
which is great.
when Mary Kay started the company in 1963, the woman, she said, I want women to be able to live their priorities, their faith first, their family second, their career third. And she said, if you treat it like a hobby, it will pay like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it will pay like a business. And you choose what you want, but no matter what, you get to live those priorities. And so, yeah, we've always had that with
That's
our,
great.
yeah, yeah, I love that. So the last two things are, it lets you sell products you can believe in. We're the number one direct selling brand skincare and cosmetics in the world for the last 4 years. I'm always confident of our products. And the last one is that it goes beyond beauty. We're a company with a heart. We're actually a mission-driven company. So Mary Kay started this with a mission of enriching the lives of women. She wrote our marketing plan before she even had a product, which blows my mind. So part of our company is we have a charitable foundation that has given over $100 million to the primary causes of domestic violence, getting rid of it, like shelters and programs in the United States, and cancer research for cancers affecting women. So we are a company that doesn't have a mission to make a lot of money. We have a mission to make a difference in our products, help people look and feel good and confident, in our opportunity that changes lives. It has changed my life. This business has given me the opportunity to grow into the gifts God gave me without sacrificing my family. Or the third way that we make a difference is our charitable foundation. And it's $35 to begin a Mary Kay business. If you want a starter kit filled with like $500, between $400 and $500 of product and samples, it's an additional $90. You have as much mentoring and training as you want, or you can put the hand up and nobody contacts you because you are your own boss. That's what I like to like. Don't tell me what to do, but help me because I don't know what to do. Any other questions, Carolyn?
Yeah, you mentioned domestic violence, and I know Jana has done that locally here. Did you donate a certain amount? Now, how does that go with Mary Kay? Is it each individual
No, no, that's such a great question.
director?
So we have a whole nonprofit, like our company is Mary Kay, and then we have a whole another company, the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation, a 501c or whatever, a nonprofit, and it is ginormous. And so there's staff that staff it. We fundraise, like the Salesforce fundraises. Also, people give donations. The foundation fundraises. The company makes donations. Sometimes we sell products for a certain amount. And so the charitable foundation operates as its own entity. And then people can apply for those grants and they give out that much money. So, did that answer it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you can check out the website. It's amazing. And I'm not sure if you had boys or girls. I have 3 daughters, and the statistics for domestic violence is either 1 in 3 or 1 in 4. So one of the things that they did in the past and they're doing again is a campaign with another agency targeted at prevention for girls in college. And that came out the first time when my daughters were in college. And I was like, thank you, Jesus, because they need to hear that from someone other than their mom. So the company, if you go on to the charitable foundation page, the company, oh my gosh, they make such a difference, do so many things. So,
And that is the one and only, um, it's all
yeah.
domestic violence is what they do. Their charity.
Yeah, they do domestic violence and cancers affecting women, research for cancers affecting women.
Okay.
And the company itself does a lot of good things. They have a pink doing green. They're very socially conscious, environmentally conscious, but those are the two main things that the foundation funds that they give to. So.
And when you fundraise for that, are you doing it individually as your team or?
You can. We can do it individually. I know Allison and my team has done things. I know my unit, we have done things. Mary Kay Corporate, they do a 5K. So we get to choose. Like we have Mary Kay ambassadors who will lead a fundraising. So yes, each woman who's a business owner can choose whether or not she wants to do that. Or if she wants to get involved in someone else's, it's the sky's the limit.
Right.
Yeah, those are such great questions. So I'm not going to ask you the closing questions because it's 8:01 and we're going to get off of here. But I'm sure Jana is going to want to ask you some questions like, what surprised you? What didn't you know? If ever in 100 years you did this, how could it benefit you? And then she'll pop the big question that you heard her talk about because, you don't want to not be invited into this amazing company. And she's going to love you regardless of what you say. And we appreciate you. This was a fantastic training. You asked the best questions. And so we appreciate you because how else do we all learn except from hearing each other? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, and I'm going to do the drawing really quick for our door prize. I have my random number generator here. I'm going to hit it. It's number 8. And I wrote down our people. Number 8 is Elaine Kozlowski. Is she on? Is Elaine on? Is she on? Oh, do we have to do another one, Jana?
I think we have to redraw.
Okay. Next is number 3. 1, 2, 3. Lori Parks. So Lori, you're going to be getting a gift card from me. Thank you guys for sticking on. This is a little later. Thank you, Carolyn. You
You're
guys,
welcome.
it's the week of belief. Let's all walk as if we believe. God's in charge.
Amen.
Okay. Have a great night.
Let's go give some hope, friends. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks.